Can start. I am so excited to be here and be able to bring this next session of, the agent productivity, mastering real estate, because that's really what it's all about. It's about mastering real estate. And what I'm bringing is the Prodigy's path to success. So at one point or another, and it doesn't matter if you're brand new in the business or if you've been doing this for a very long time, everyone has been a prodigy or is a prodigy because there's always that next level. There is always that next level of learning. So doesn't matter what level of production you're in, we are all at one point or another in a position of being a prodigy, and I'm bringing the path to success. So what does it take for us to be able to master this science and this art called real estate? The productivity model that I utilize is number one, expectations. You need to be crystal clear on your goals. You need to know exactly, precisely where you want to get to. We got to focus on your skill sets, because as you are looking to scale, it's going to take more and more skill for you to be able to do the things that you need to do. And you also have to focus on the fact that your skills are going to elevate your confidence. There's no way for you to be able to grow in confidence if your skills are not, on point. If you're not a world-class lister, if you're not a world-class buyer, agent, if you're not a world-class marketer, if you're not a world-class appointment setter, everything that you have to do, and this is what we're going to be talking about for the next 11 weeks, is how do I really master the art of real estate? And it takes you becoming a world-class player of this game called real estate. Number two, besides expectations, you got to know how to do it. There's only three ways you can learn, and everybody tends to learn or want to learn just sitting in a Zoom, sitting in a classroom, going to a workshop, going to one place or another, just looking for more information, and they end up suffering from something that I always call informationitis. There's so many agents right now filled with so much information. We just came out of a pandemic where everyone was, for the last 3 years, with black bags over their head. That's what I call people that don't turn on their cameras. It's looks like you have a black bag over your head and you just sit there and you listen, but you're really there. But are you really there? You're doing something else. And I respect if there are many times that I haven't been able to turn on my camera, but I want you to grasp the concept of, am I really present? Am I really going to get this? Or am I just going to like load up on more information? So you get information, right? You get the ingredients. Here's how you do this, but then you got to test it. You have to put it into practice. And that's what I called implementation. So one of my trainers back in the day, because I started doing this 23 years ago, Floyd Wickman, you can Google him. He's still around. He's a nationwide trainer. He would say, information without implementation is useless. And now more than ever, there are so many people suffering with informationitis, but they're not implementing what they've learned. So you have to get it from learning it to implementing it. And then number three, you're going to contest it. You're going to share it. You're going to teach it. So you got to learn, you got to implement, and then you got to go teach someone. And that's why I always say, you know what, if you're just learning and you're hoarding the information and you're not implementing it, and then you're not teaching it to someone, teach it to a colleague, teach it to a friend, teach it to, someone that you're seeing that is, suffering or struggling in the trenches, because there's so many agents right now just out in this red ocean. I call it a red ocean of competition, chaos, and confusion. It's a red ocean of competition, chaos, and confusion. And it's not just agents. It's also team leaders. It's also brokers in the industry that don't even know what to do or how they're going to get ahead. So it's really important for you to be able to understand that it's going to take you implementing it. And then once you implement it, you want to learn it to the point where you can teach it. Like if you can come back and teach it to me, then you're on your way to mastering. And this is what we got to get to. So the third productivity model that I designed, and I started this back in 2018, and now more than ever, it is producing results, is accountability. Accountability is something that very few agents are willing to receive, accept, put themselves. And here's how my favorite coach, John Cheplack, always says it. He says, leaders that are scaling, they move into being accountable. They ask people, hey, hold me accountable, push me, pull me, drag me, tow me if you have to, get on my last nerve, but help me to do the things that I need to do. Because as humans, we forget, we derail, we defocus. We're like squirrel hunters. We're always looking for the next shiny object. And that's what people have been doing for the last 3 years, is looking for the next shiny object. And now it's game time. And that's why we're seeing so many people sitting on the sidelines, not in the game, not playing, because they don't even know how to play the game. So accountability, you got to implement it. You got to bring back feedback. You have to look for ways to improve. Where did I win? Where did I lose? What worked? What didn't work? How did I perform? When I went and I spoke to that buyer, did I do a buyer consultation? Did I ask the dig deeper questions, right? I'm going to teach you guys about the 4 C's of, converting leads. And they're effective because you have to dig deeper. There's a lot of times we talk to a buyer and they're asking us the questions instead of us asking them the questions. And let me tell you something, whoever asks the most questions is in control of the conversation. Let me say that one more time. Whoever asks the most questions is in control of the conversation. So the question is, are you asking the right questions to that buyer? Do you know what those questions are? Are you asking those right questions to that seller? Do you even know what those questions are? Because whoever asks the most questions is in control of the conversation. And this is where most real estate agents, team leaders, and brokers miss the ball. They miss the mark because they're not asking the right questions to their agents. They're not asking the right questions to their team leaders, or the agents are not asking the right questions to the consumer, the client, the customer. And you never get to the real motivation, the real reason why somebody wants to buy a house. Why do they really want to sell the house? Why do you want a team? Why are you leading a team? Or why are you where you're at? So you have to be held accountable. I always tell people, find yourself an accountability partner. A lot of people say, well, I'm my own, I will hold myself accountable. And I tried that in the past and it doesn't work. We are the worst accomplice for every excuse that we could come up with. We are the worst. We are an accomplice, against ourselves. We will accept every lame excuse that we want to give ourselves. It's hot, it's cold, I'm tired, I'm weak, it was a long weekend, it was a short weekend, I don't have enough time, I'm lost, I'm confused, my knee hurts, my head hurts, my eye hurts, my broker's ugly, my team leader is not friendly. We will find all the reasons not to do what we need to do. And that's called blame shifting. And it's really the worst habit of human beings. So if you're a human, and I'm a human, right? I already know I have to catch myself from blaming anybody else. So holding yourself accountable, implementing feedback, improving, and repeating. You implement, you debrief, you get feedback, okay? And sometimes it's tough. It's tough to swallow. It's a hard pill to swallow because in this world of real estate, one thing that we don't realize is you and I are supposed to respect the process, follow the system. And a lot of times we find ourselves not even having a process, right? Not even knowing the system. And if we do, we always have to be careful to respect the process, follow the process, respect the process, follow the system. The last thing is productivity, guys. It all comes down to productivity. If you're not getting a paycheck every month, every week, every other week, then there's a lot of work to do. There's no such thing as holidays. Listen, grab your clock, grab your calendar. Forget about Monday through Friday. This is a Monday to Monday contact sport. You want to write that down. This is a Monday to Monday contact sport. This is a Monday to Monday contact sport in this season. Once you start leveraging 1 closing per month, 2 closings per month, 3, once you hit your first goal of whatever it is you want to accomplish, then you can start looking to kind of, give yourself a little time off. But right now it is hunting season. Write that down. You all want to have your notebooks. You all want to have your notebooks so that you are able to write down your own playbook. And right now it is hunting season. You have to be out there hunting for buyers, hunting for sellers. They're not going to come and find you. So it's all about productivity. It's all about your results. Show me your results. And a lot of times we think, well, I don't have a deal. And this is where I want to start to break it down. I want to start to break it down to results is anything that you are supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, that even if you don't want to do, you did. Write that down. Results are everything you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do it, that even if you didn't feel like doing it, it got done. That is a result. So someone taught us that results are just when you get to the closing table. That is not true, because if you don't follow the process, write this down, divorce the results of getting to the closing table, marry the process. And today we're going to get into the first step of the process. So results is if you lay your head down at night and you did what you were supposed to do, which is called, the first thing is finding the people and talking to the people, my friends. We are in a contact sport called real estate. It's find the people, talk to the people. I don't care if you're a listing agent, if you're a buyer's agent, I don't care if you're a team leader, I don't care if you're a broker. This applies to everyone. Your results is finding the people and talking to the people. Now you take that to the next step and you master it. You master it. Let me give you an example of mastering. Let me give you an example of not mastering something. If I came here and I started umming myself to death, and I was talking really lame, I was talking really low, I was talking very, just like flatlined, and I was not able to articulate and bring clarity of message, clarity of what it is that we're going to do and how we're going to do it. How confident would I seem? How confident would I sound? And let me tell you, this is what other people look at when they see us. They either see your confidence, they either see your skills, they either see your world class, they either see your point, that you're on your A game, or they see that you're fumbling. And that is what mastery is about. When you can come and deliver a killer listing presentation because you have practiced, write this down, practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. This is where the rubber meets the road. This is where 95% of our real estate industry in our local market here in Southwest Florida is drowning for lack of skill sets. They don't have the skill sets. So mastery is having strong skill sets, being on your A game, and practice makes perfect. And that productivity, those results, that mastery is going to give you quality of life. Today, you can see I'm wearing my success coaching t-shirt because I am a certified success coach. I've been certified by the Tony Robbins organization. As a matter of fact, through Tony Robbins, I'm going on my third certification. Why do you think that after 23 years of having so much success, being at all kinds of levels, from an agent that was broke, busted, and disgusted, to a team leader that was closing $53 million in volume, to an office that was closing 350 million in volume, to running that office for 15 years, surviving the market crash in 2008, being a market crash survivor, and doing what I do for 23 years, I'm still looking to scale in my knowledge, because knowledge is everything. Write that down. Knowledge is everything. You're only as good as what you know. Tell me what you know and I'll tell you where you're going. Knowledge is everything, but information without implementation is dead. And so knowledge is the acquisition of the right information, not just any information, the right information, and the implementation of that information. The implementation of that right information, let me say it again for the people in the back, the implementation of that right information that is going to give you the skill sets that will feed the confidence that will make you a master at what you do. So that when you walk in to talk to that buyer, you're not going to be a tour guide, because you and I don't get paid to show houses. I don't show houses, I sell houses. And I tell my buyers from the beginning, I'm not a competing broker. I've never been since 2005, but I still have people that I work with, whether they're my friend, my cousin, my neighbor, I don't care. I'm going to say, we're going out today to buy your house. You ready? Bring the checkbook. That's it. I'm setting the expectation. We're not going to go look at houses. Here, I'll give you the addresses. You can go look. Call me when you're ready to see the best 5 ones that you love. We're going to buy one, because I'm here to help you win. I am here to help you win. When you get to the point of talking to a buyer that way, or you get to the point where you can knock on a for sale by owner's door and the first thing they say is, I don't want to list, and you say, that's okay. I don't get paid to list. I'm not interested in listing your house. I want to know, what would you need from someone like me to get it sold? What's missing? What can I do for you? How can I serve you? Who are you talking to? Are you interviewing agents for the job of selling your home? Because I want to be one of those. When you can walk up to them and speak with that level of confidence, you're mastering. And that's what I want to get agents to do. So let's dive right deep into lead generation. Guys, it all begins with lead generation. Write it down. Lead generation. You have to be a lean, mean lead generating machine. Write that down. I don't care if you work with buyers, if you work with sellers, if you're looking to, grow your organization. It applies to everyone. Every day we have to find the people and talk to the people. Every single day we have to find the people and talk to the people. Every single day we have to find the people and talk to the people. And so that's where lead generation really begins. So let me break it down for you, because I like to get deep. I like deep conversations. I like substance. I like to feel it. I like to know it. I like to see it. I like to know that, hey, you know what? This is good. Like when you're gonna go buy perfume at a store, right? You want to test it. You want to smell it. You want to be like, I don't know. This is I'm not feeling it, but then, I want you to feel this. Lead generation. Let me tell you something. Lead generation is everything to your business. Lead generation is everything to your business. Your number one tactical objective is to find the people and talk to the people. But this is where the rubber meets the road. What is your message to your buyers and your sellers? What is the message that you are delivering to the people that you're going to be talking to? How are you delivering that message? With what certainty are you delivering that message? And what is the value that you're bringing to the people that you are delivering that message to? So when you go into the office, when we all go into the office, and let me tell you, the traditional way of doing real estate, that is broken. That model is broken. It's fractured. Right now, I think it's crushed. I would dare to say, I'm going to make a prediction. The traditional way of doing real estate is crushed because the consumer has changed. So you need to analyze, who are the people that I want to talk to, and what is the message that I'm going to bring to them. And this is constant. So for example, I hope that all of you are following some type of mentor or have a mentor, because if not, then you're dead in the water. I'll tell you right now, I love you, I care for you, I'm here for you. But I'll tell you, if you don't have a mentor, you're dead in the water. Why? Because a mentor is someone that has been where you want to get to, that's going to walk the journey with you, that's going to walk the walk with you. Because we all know what to do. The question is, are we doing it? We all know what to do. We've all heard lead generation before. So here is the expectation that goes through the mind of every real estate agent that wakes up at 5 a.m. to get their day ready, right? And I say 5 a.m. intentionally. I'm not saying that jokingly. I'm saying that intentionally, because top producers, they dominate their morning routine. They wake up fired up because they have a compelling vision of their future. Like, I am on my way to X place. I am on my way to this place. I'm on my way to X, Y, or Z, whatever that is for you. So every morning when the real estate industry wakes up, the expectation is, let's go, let's light up these phones. Today's the day. I'm going to crush it. Get out of my way. I am coming through, because you already know you haven't been lead generating consistently, predictably for the last month, maybe 2 months, maybe 90 days, right? Or maybe last week you fell off the horse. So your mind is already telling you you're off track, you're off track, you're off track. All the alarms are going off. So that morning, real estate agents wake up and they're like, that's it. This is the day. So the everyday expectation is, let's get these phones lit up, right? Because they're not going to be calling us. They're not going to be knocking on the door looking for you. Trust me, I've been doing this 23 years. Every now and then I will get a lot, customers that need to buy. And so they think of me again, but it's not enough for me to be able to scale, even when I was an agent. But let me tell you the truth. This is the reality. This is the reality that every real estate agent and everyone in the real estate industry is facing each day. I just can't. They're going to hang up on me. They're going to say no. They're going to close the door in my face. They're going to reject me. I can't handle this level of rejection. So this is the reality. And I say this, and I make a joke out of this because we got to face reality. So today I'm going to talk to you about a very non-traditional way of generating leads, because again, the traditional stuff, it's crushed, it's broken, it's fractured. It's not working. So you need to understand these three things. And this is what I'm going to focus on today. If you really make a determination to get this, and I already gave you the productivity model, it's proven, it's tested, it's contested, it's produced results. It produced results for me back in 2018. It produces results for me every time I implement it with my real estate team or my real estate coaching clients, right? Who say, Lucy, I want to scale. And it doesn't matter if they're an agent, if they're a team leader, if they're a broker, because this is universal. There are universal laws of building your real estate business. No one is going to reinvent the wheel. We're just innovating right now. That's why I say it's the new generation of lead generation, right? It's the new generation of lead generation, because what we used to do before doesn't work, but no one's reinventing the wheel. So the other day I was at Mercedes-Benz, and when I looked at the first Mercedes-Benz that came out in I think it was like 42, it doesn't look like the one I drive now, thank God. So why are we trying to run business this way that it's been done for the last 23 years, when now we have a new generation of customers, we have a new generation of consumers. They're finding us in a new place. They're not looking for us in the yellow pages, the white pages, or the phone books, or the newspapers. And for some of you, you may be saying, what is a yellow page and what is a white page? I have no idea. Don't worry about it. So where are you going to find the people that you need to talk to? Write that down. That is the first question I want you to think about. Where are the people? Where are your people? Write that down on your playbook. Where are my people? This is the first part of the anatomy that you need to dissect. And I say dissect because it's like, take it apart, figure it out. You have to be intentional about this. Write that down in your book. I must be intentional. Every day you have to be intentional. I've never been so intentional in my life, as intentional as I am now. Because everything is being done with, write this down, premeditation. Premeditation. So how intentional are you being right now with what you are doing for your lead generation? So it comes down to this. Where are the people that I need to talk to? Who are those people? Identify your people, because somebody told you it's just jump on the phone and start dialing for dollars. Yes. But jump on the phone with who? Who are the people? Right? Are they buyers? Are they sellers? Are they investors? Are they absentee owners? Are they here? Are they looking to relocate? Are they looking to purchase a vacation home? Are they looking to Airbnb? Who are the people? Because your message, write this down, number 2, my message has to be on point. My message has to be on point. And I will tell you that even myself, once I run a campaign to do whatever, it all begins with lead generation, right? Okay, so we want to scale up on listings. We want to scale up on investors. We want to scale up on whatever it is. We have to deliver the message. And once you design your message, you have to audit it. So write that down, your message, design it, and audit it. You just can't be jumping on the phone. Why are we jumping on the phone? Let me ask you this question. Why are we jumping on the phone and continuing to say the stuff that's not working? Why are we jumping on the phone and repeating the same thing like a robot and it's not working? So follow me along, because I'm going to take you to an island that you're going to like really see a new horizon, because that is what this agent productivity coaching is about. This is not your same PB&J bologna and cheese training that you see here, there, and everywhere. No, this is cutting edge, and it works. So who are the people? What is the message? Audit that message, because if I spoke to you one-on-one right now and I asked you, okay, what are you saying to the people? And I'm not even talking about on the phone. I'm talking about the people. I don't care if you find them at the mall, at BJ's, at Walmart, on the corner. I don't care if you find them at networkings. I don't care if you find them at open houses. I don't care where you find them. You need to have a clear, crystal clear message to the people, but also you need to audit that message. So we're going to dive right into the first thing. Why are you not where you could be? I'm going to tell you why you're not where you could be. I'm going to tell you why I haven't gotten to where I could be whenever I have found myself, off track, whenever I have found myself, that I'm not at my next level, where whenever I have found myself that, what, I'm not killing it. And I'm a person that likes to feel like I'm crushing it. I like to feel like I'm winning. Ed Milet says it this way: winning is more fun than fun. And I like having fun. I'm a fun kind of person, but you know what? I'm also serious about my business, because at the end of the day, we are all judged by our results. We are all judged by, show me your results and I'll show you where you're going. We judge everybody by their results. That's just the way human nature is. So what are our results? And you need to be constantly looking at your results. So I have to do some deprogramming of, well, somebody gave me a list of scripts, and so this is what I follow. That sounds to me like, that little song from kindergarten. This is the way we go to school, go to school, go to school. This is the way we go to school early in the morning. It's the same thing. Nothing changes. You're not winning. No, you gotta like be a new generation lead generator and be like, you know what, maybe I need to put some hip hop into that song, and put some hip hop, put some reggae, put some reggaeton. I don't know, use the same words, but shift it up so you start getting traction. Write that down. I must generate traction. I must generate traction. And these are the things people don't talk about in the offices. These are the things the brokers aren't talking about. These are the things team leaders aren't talking about. These are the things agents don't even know that they don't know. Like, I got to build traction. Yes. So yes, get the script, role play it, because you got to internalize it. The only reason you're role playing, and I hope you're role playing, I hope you are role playing every single day. And again, if you don't have a mentor, you're dead in the water. I will say that till the cows come home, because I've seen it. You need a mentor, that person that's going to walk with you, hold you accountable, right? And put your feet to the fire sometimes and ask you the questions that are hard to answer. Like, so what's getting in the way? What stopped you? So that you can, really challenge yourself. So the scripts, if you're doing them just like a robot with no emotion, with no intellectual motion, you're not connecting with that person. So you're not building traction, because you're not auditing. You have to audit every single week. Write that down. Am I auditing every single week what I'm saying, who I'm talking to, and my results? So why are you not where you could be? Self-discovery. Write that down. Self-discovery. Me and my tribe, me and my community of frontline leaders, we have a golden hour. I'm going to teach you about the golden hour. It is called Sundays at 7:30, because your future is more important than Netflix. Your future is more important than TikTok. Unless you're an influencer with 5,000 million people following you and you're making money from TikTok, then I would say TikTok, is in the front line. But if you're not, there's nothing more important than you planning out your week with intention and premeditation, so that then ahead of time what has to be, done that week. So I can tell you why a lot of people get lost. I can tell you why I've gotten lost. I can tell you why the people that I lead, coach, and train get lost, is because we have not self-discovered. What is self-discovery? Number one, go back 90 days and look at your daily method of operating. Go back 90 days, write that down, 90 days, and look at your daily method of operating, minute by minute. You're going to dissect it minute by minute. What time do I wake up? What time do I do what? What time do I do this? What time do I do that? What time do I show up at my office? And I don't care if your office is in your closet, but you have to show up with intention. You have to show up like you are walking in to the Trump Tower in New York and you're a multi-million-dollar producer with that level of mindset. So where is your office? I don't know where your office is, but wherever it is, what time are you showing up? What time are you getting around the people? So if it's by phone, what time are you hitting those phones? If it's by, and I'm going to give you a lot of different ways of looking for the people and talking to the people, but write this down. It's going to take massive action. In this market, 1 or 2 is not enough. 1 or 2, write it down. 1 or 2 is not enough in this market. Time is not in our favor in this market. Time is not in our favor. Time is not in your favor. As a matter of fact, time is against you. You're probably 90 days away from being out of the business if you don't put a paycheck together. And it's going to take you at least 45 to 60 days to put a paycheck together. And so, You got to take massive action, and you have to be very intentional. So self-discovery, why are you not where you could be? Because you have not self-discovered. How do I self-discover, Lucy? You go back 90 days and you look at your daily method of operating minute by minute. So write this down. If it's not on your calendar, it's not getting done. So don't tell me, oh, I have it in my mind. Our minds are useless. They're not meant to be file cabinets. They're meant to be creative, uh, laboratories. Your mind and my mind is for creating, not for being a file cabinet or a calendar, because I can prove to you that you and I are not going to remember. We're not going to remember. So understand the power of your mind. Your mind is for creating. Your mind is for envisioning. Your mind is for designing. It's not for, oh, I have it in my mind. If you want to be elite, if you want to be a lean, mean, lead generating machine, then you need to understand, if it's not on my calendar, it's not getting done. So you go back and you look at your calendar, because here's the secret. Here's the secret sauce. It's not a secret sauce. You ready? Number one, you're not where you could be because you may not be tracking. So number one is tracking. And let me tell you, it sounds easy, but learning how to track like a ninja is not easy. It takes a lot of practice. It took me a lot of practice. It took me doing it over and over and over and over, falling flat on my face, getting confused, confusing myself, tripping over myself, to really get to the point where I master how do you track. So tracking. Number two, you got to measure. If you want to be a lean, mean lead generating machine, you got to measure. You got to measure. So how many dials, how many conversations? Guys, get rid of I was prospecting. I'm trying to put it into how I hear it. I was prospecting, and I contacted 159 people. Contact means you had a conversation. Contact means there was a connection. Dialing is it's just part of the process. So forget about your dials and focus on your contacts, which are conversations. So get rid of the dialect of, dialing and contacts. Tell me about conversations, because that's where the rubber meets the road. How many conversations are you having on a daily basis? So measuring is, how many conversations did I have? How many appointments did I schedule? How many leads did I get from there? And then how many did I convert? If you're not able to look at that, you're never going to have the results that you're looking for, because tracking is essential for you to measure. So if you're talking to, let me give you the numbers. I mean, the numbers have been the numbers for the last, I learned them from my trainer, Mike Ferry. He's Tom Ferry's father. I was looking at a picture of him yesterday. I'm like, oh my gosh, how old is Mike Ferry? I don't know, but he's still doing what he does. He's still training the top 2% of real estate agents in North America. People closing 60 transactions plus year after year, So the numbers go like this. You should be converting 50% of the conversations into a lead. A lead is somebody that says, yeah, maybe, yeah, perhaps. That's your goal. See, you may not know the numbers, and that's your first challenge. Is nobody has taught you the numbers of real estate. Real estate is a numbers game. You've heard it before, but has anyone really taught you how the numbers work? So you got to focus on conversations. And then out of those conversations, you need to bring those people into a lead position. Your goal should be 50% of the people that I talk to need to at least show me, because you just can't ask the open-ended question. You just can't ask the no questions. Do you want to list? No. Do you want to sell? No. Do you want to buy a house? No. Do you want me to help you? No. Those are not the right questions. That's why role playing is so important, because you need to ask the right questions, the right psychological questions, and you need to have an arsenal of a lot of questions, because every person is going to be a different conversation. But when you're tracking, the intention is to measure how many conversations to how many leads, and then how many leads to how many appointments. And from leads to appointments is 12 to 1. So for every 12 leads, you should be getting 1 appointment. You must remember this. That is called mastery. And if you're not able to explain this and teach this like I'm teaching it, then I have good news for you. You have a great opportunity to grow. That is the great news. If you can't explain this the way that I'm explaining it, I've got great news. There is a lot of opportunity for growth for you, but that's where you got to get to. So you get to the part where you're measuring, because if you're not getting appointments, if you don't have appointments every day, you are not going to win. And let me tell you how the appointments work. It's 2 to 1. You need 2 appointments to get 1 to be ready. So you got to know your numbers so that you can do the last thing, which is manage. So write that down. It's tracking, measuring to manage. I call it now auditing. You got to sit down and audit, because it's not just do the same thing every day. You know, there's a saying that goes, if you do the same thing, expect a different result. That is synonymous with being crazy. It's, am I doing the things that are helping me win? Am I doing the things that are making me, you know, relevant to my customers? Am I having the right conversation? So why are you where you could be? Because I know you could be there, because I know you say you want to be there, because you're not self-discovering, you're not tracking, you're not measuring, and you're not managing. So you're really just in the rat race of real estate. You're in the rat race of real estate, pretending to be doing real estate, perhaps acting like you're busy. Let me fix my Facebook page. Let me fix my Instagram. Let me fix my file cabinet. Let me empty out my file cabinet. Let me shift the papers from the right to the left and the left to the right. Let me act like I'm busy, because in your brain, your mind is saying you're supposed to be busy, but it's not busy. It's productive. You're with me? Let's dive into the next. We got a couple of minutes left. I want to dive into the second thing. And I'm not going to, you know, I'm going to go very slow, because I want to go deep. You know, these surface trainings and surface workshops and surface, you know, seminars that we've been going to, they're not even scratching the surface. I want to take you deep into this so that you can really understand where you are at. Like, for example, if you haven't gotten the results that you've been expecting from your phone calls, from the people you're talking to, wherever you're talking to, hey, I got to disintegrate this. I got to dissect what I'm saying. What am I saying? And I have to audit it so that I can then meet my customer where they're at. So it's going to take a lot of discovery. So that's the number one. Number two, what is the distance between you and your next closing called? What is the distance between you and your next closing called? I'm going to tell you something you probably never heard about. But the distance between you right now and your next closing, your next payday, is called micro commitments. Micro commitments. Those little things that you're supposed to do when you're supposed to do them, that you're trying to bypass because they're uncomfortable. They don't feel good. Oh my God, it's so boring. I'm bored. I'd rather go chase squirrels. Unless you're a squirrel hunter, you're not going to get paid for chasing squirrels. So what is the distance between where you are at right now? And I really want you to take a moment and like really let this sink in to your psyche. This is where I'm at. And maybe I know when my next closing is going to happen, which is good. But let me tell you, nothing closes until it closes. So please don't go into having the next kind of dis-ease that I've seen in the real estate industry called one deal-itis. You see agents put one deal together and they stop doing everything that produces money because they got to babysit this seller or this buyer. They got to give a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation every time something is going to go wrong. They're literally just like watching it in an incubator. And at the end of the day, your deal may fall apart at the closing table. Hopefully it won't, but it could. So why would you stop doing the things that are going to give you the next deal? Because if you don't continue to build momentum in your daily method of lead generation, then you're always starting over. So the distance between you and your next closing, maybe you don't have a next closing. So that's even farther. So you have an even bigger reason to have to Oh my goodness, micro commitments. What the heck is that? Let me give you the best illustration that I learned from my coach. You look at a door. Can you guys envision a door? Envision a door with me right now. Take a second and just envision a door. You know the little hinges that hold it up? You see how small in comparison to that door those little hinges are? But here's the concept. Pay close attention to me. I want you to like sink this in so it internalizes with you. And every time you think of, oh, I'm bored, I don't want to do this, it hurts, it's uncomfortable, I got busy. No, 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 hold on. If you are serious about getting to where you say you want to get to, you can't be too busy to build your future. You can't be too busy to do the things that are going to get you there. And micro commitments are small hinges that swing big doors. It's the little things you're supposed to do every single day that make the difference. It's that follow-up call when you thought of it that you said, I'll do it later. No, 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 no. You do it now. You got to become a now doer. Write that down. I have to become a now doer. Because you say, I'll do it later. Hey, listen, I'm not judging you. This is a no judgment zone. This is a judgment-free zone because, you know, I'm just as human as you. It's just that I've gone through a little bit more pain than you. I put myself in a lot more uncomfortable situations than you. I have failed more than you. But failure is part of success. Failure is only temporary. Quitting is permanent. You can't quit real estate. Stop talking to everybody else that's out there lost, confused, in chaos. No, no, no. You could win. And if you take this serious and you make this a sacred time for you every Wednesday, I'm here for you. But you're going to have to be committed. So micro commitments. What is the distance between you and your next closing? Called micro commitments. It's those little hinges at your house, at your front door, that are holding the door in place and they're swinging it open. And there's so much opportunity out there right now. You know what the problem is in our industry here, right now, is agents are playing small. Team leaders are playing small and brokers don't even know what the heck to do. Okay. And you have to be the one, like Ed Milet says, there's always that one that says, you know what? I'm out of here. I'm going to go play big. I'm going to play big or I'm going to go home. So yes, micro commitments, and it's doing them whether you want to, you don't want to, you feel like it feels good, it feels boring, you get tired, you're sweating, you got to do it. Because at the end of those micro commitments, you're going to find something, which is what I want to tell you right now. And that is the difference between commitment and being involved. There's a lot of people, write that down, commitment versus involvement. Write that down. Commitment, when you write it down, you're telling your brain, hey, wake up, this is important. There's neuroscientific proof that when you write things down, you activate other components in your brain. Don't ask me how it is, but it works. It works. And you know what? I'm not here to dispute what winners are doing to win. I'm here to implement what winners are doing to win. So let me help you, help all of us, and write this down. Commitment versus involvement. So when you are involved in something, like a lot of real estate agents are involved in real estate right now, I don't feel like following up today. I know I'm supposed to follow up. I know I'm supposed to do that content. I know I'm supposed to, go preview that property. I know I'm supposed to do this. I know I'm supposed to do that, but you don't do it. I'll do it later. You procrastinate because involvement is you're not in it to win it. You're in it because you're going to see what happens. You're part of the crowd, but you're not in the game. You're part of the crowd, but you're not in the game. Now, commitment is you're in the game and you're in it to win it. And it doesn't matter what position you're playing, whether you're an agent at the office or you're a team leader, you're the broker, it doesn't matter. You are in it to win it and you are going to lead the way. And it doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's sunny, if it's hot. I had people, with all due respect, man, I've gone out with people to door knock because yes, I do go out to door knock. You know what? I'm going to close out talking about that in a second. because I know it builds a lot of confidence. It is a confidence booster because it really drills you and it puts you in the fire. And all of us need to go through a little bit of fire to get a little bit of that, potential to kind of come out. Talking about, it's too hot. It's too hot to be door knocking. And I'm like saying, you are broke. You don't have two pennies to rub together. You're in real estate telling me you want to make $100,000 and you're worried about it's too hot. That is the example I want you to see about being involved. Because when somebody's committed, they're going to go door knock 40 doors until they knock 40 doors. And if nobody opens the door, they're going to leave a door hanger. That's your footprint that you were there. So these are the micro commitments, because you got to go back and you have to look at what it is that you're doing. And I want to close out with this, guys. I want to close out with this. See, everybody wants to eat. Everybody wants to eat. Everybody gets into real estate because they want to be, a six-figure income earner, right? I have a real estate academy. I'm one of the first people that people meet when they're looking to get into real estate. And I love it because every time I teach my licensing class, I remember the day that I was sitting like them in that chair. And all I wanted to do was something big. All I wanted to do was get into real estate because they had told me that I would probably be good for it. That's all they had told me. They told me, you'll probably be good for it, Lucy. I think you'd do great in real estate. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't have the confidence. I'm not who I was not who I am today, but I wanted it. Now, looking back, I realized I wanted it as bad. I wanted it bad. I wanted it so bad, I was willing to do whatever it takes. Write this down. I must do whatever it takes. We are in the whatever it takes seasons, my friend. You and I are in the whatever it takes season, because everyone wants to eat, but very few are willing to hunt. And we are in hunting season. We are in hunting season. You have to be intentional, premeditated about what you're doing. You have to audit what you're saying to the people that you're looking for, that are looking for you, because there's people looking. Let me tell you something. There are customers looking for you. They just don't know where to find you. You got to wake up every morning and say, today I'm looking for the people that are looking for me. Let's go. Let's go. Let's throw. I'm out there. I'm putting myself in the market. I'm putting myself where people could find me easily, whether it's social media with the right message, with the right content, where I'm relevant, where I'm seen, where I'm delivering value to my buyers, to my sellers, where if I tell them, go follow me and see what I do, they can go and see my story, not my toes. Back when I was coaching agents, I would go on their Instagram back in the day, 2015, more or less. I had this agent and she loved her toes. She had cute toes. But a customer don't want to be talking about your toes and your coffee cup. Show me who you are when I'm not with you. Show me what you do. Show me how you roll. Show me how you play. So I want to leave you with this thought. Are you just one of the people that is involved in real estate, or are you really committed? Because if you're really committed, you're going to keep showing up. You're going to go find your tribe. You're going to say, listen, let's jump on this thing for 45 minutes with Lucy because she's on fire. Let me tell you, I'm full fire. That's it. If I ever change my name, it's going to be called Full Fire Lucy Q. That's it. Because there's nothing else to be in this moment in real estate. And there's so much opportunity. Listen, there's so much opportunity. Opportunity is all around us. But if you stay in the red ocean of competition, chaos, and confusion with your buddies or with the rest of the office, you're not going to make it. I want you to join me and bring other people with you on this journey to a blue ocean of possibilities. So lead generation begins with this. I'm not going to go any deeper because you guys need to do your homework. You need to audit. Who are the people I'm looking for? Number one, who are the people that I'm looking for? You need to know, who am I looking for? What is the message I'm going to bring to them that is crystal clear? At what level am I performing? And am I at kindergarten? Am I umming to death? Am I talking like I'm in misery and pain? Like I'm depressed? How do I get on my A game? How do I get on my best, beast mode? when I start talking to people, and where are these people? Where is it that I want to find them? And then you take massive action, and then you track it, you measure it, you manage it, you track it, you measure it, you manage it, you track it, you measure it, you manage it. I already gave you the numbers. Conversations, that's all that matters. Forget about every conversations. How many leads did I get from those conversations? How many appointments did I get from those leads? How many closings do I need to get to? And how many appointments is it going to take? That is the anatomy of lead generation. So for those of you that want to be a lean, mean lead generating machine, this is your moment. Your moment is now. There's nothing to wait for. There is absolutely nothing to wait for. And if you have any questions, if you have any thoughts, if you need additional guidance, we have a phenomenal mentorship program that you could be part of. And so I hope you enjoyed this second session. I hope you enjoyed the second session of what we're doing.